Being the ninth generation, it is a great honor to continue working the same land that my forefathers have, and just to be able to work with my dad and grandfather is a very unique and satisfying opportunity. And I hope to continue this tradition with my children one day, and I hope that it continues on for many generations.
Yeah. I help with the pigs sometimes.
Welcome to Shady Rest Farm today. The reason you see me on this video instead of being here in the barn with me is because we take biosecurity very seriously. Biosecurity on a hog farm involves controlling the environment in which the pigs live so we can deliver you, the consumer, with a consistent and safe food product. As managers, we are able to control nearly everything inside the building. From the temperature, on this hot day, it's about 73 or 4 degrees in the air conditioning for the pigs. In the winter, it's at least 70 degrees. So I like to say they live in hog heaven. It's nearly perfect in every way for what the pig needs to produce successfully and be happy. We have clean water available at all times for them to drink, and also a good balanced ration of feed that provides all of the nutritional needs that each sow has. As they're born here, in each crate, the red mat over here is about 95 degrees where they have a warm place to dry off and get ready to meet the world. They also have a creep area here where they can stay away from their mother and avoid being crushed. The design of each crate is such that we provide individual care for every animal on this farm. And even though we have over 2,000 baby pigs at any time, we can give each one the individual attention it needs better than we could if it was turned loose out in the wild. In the past 40 years, hog production has moved more and more towards confinement and climate-controlled facilities like you're visiting today. In 1950, production would be about 12 pigs produced for every sow in a year's time. And now we're attaining about 25 as the industry per sow. So production has more than doubled in the last 60 years. These pigs are ready for weaning tomorrow. They're 20 days old today, and they'll weigh about 15 pounds. It's amazing how quick the pigs adapt and change and grow in a 3-week period of time. This sow's giving them one of their last meals. Once they're weaned tomorrow, they won't have milk anymore. They'll go on to a dry feed, a balanced ration intended for pigs their size and age. It's tailored perfectly for their needs. But right now, till tomorrow when they're weaned, the sow will lay down and they'll nurse once an hour. You could about set the clock by it. It's amazing the instinct that God gave the sows to provide what their offspring need. In the farrowing house where the pigs are born, each sow is hand-fed 3 times a day. Our rations are designed to provide all the vitamins and minerals and protein and energy that each sow needs to raise a good litter of pigs. But depending on her body composition and how big her litter is, how old she is, several variables depend on exactly how much feed she needs. So we hand feed 3 times a day and record how many pounds each sow gets on this card. There has been technology that has made automated feed systems for the farrowing house that some producers use, but I still believe it's critical to have the individual eye of the herdsman in here looking at what the sow needs and giving her exactly what her body requires instead of a machine taking a guess. This is one of the most labor-intensive parts of swine production is feeding in the farrowing house, but I think it is worthwhile in order to provide the best individual care for every sow and pig that we can. This is the breeding and gestation barn. The sows spend the majority of their time in here. Once they're pregnant and within a week of giving birth to their babies, we'll move them over to the farrowing house, but they'll spend most of their time in here. This barn is designed for the utmost care of each individual sow. We have the boxes you see over here where their feed is put each night. It can be adjusted individually to provide exactly the nutritional needs for each sow. She has water in the trough at all times. Her manure drops behind her into this pit and is stored there. We have air conditioning on this barn as well. We have a very nice environment in here year-round. It's hot outside today, humid, but yet inside here it's a very pleasant 75 degrees. Most of this building has individual crates. We do have a few pens. When we first introduce gilts into the herd, we keep them in the pens. The group activity helps stimulate heat. It's hard to get gilts to cycle when they first come into the herd, so we can get them pregnant and get them producing. But overall, under most conditions, it's much better having the sow in the individual crate. She doesn't have to worry about the bigger sow that might fight her or getting enough to eat or whatever. She can eat at her own pace and has her own space, which that's what you and I, as humans, we like to have our own space as well, so it only makes sense that the pigs should. We don't put the sows in an individual gestation stall to abuse her, but we do it to give her the best opportunity to be happy and healthy and productive. Joint and leg injuries are one of the main reasons we do that, because just like people, hogs have different temperaments. Some are aggressive, some are more timid and quiet. When you put them in a pen all together, they're going to fight because not everybody's alike. And just like people, they won't all get along. Sustainability is very important to us in agriculture and on this farm in particular. One thing we're proud of that we do to leave the land better than we found it, for ones like my son Charlie here, is to use the manure that the pigs produce as fertilizer. We grow nearly 300 acres of corn on this farm every year with no commercial fertilizer. It makes some of the best corn we can produce. Behind me is the cool cells, which provide the air conditioning for the facility. They work similar to the radiator in your car. The water runs over the fins and the air is pulled through the water, and it'll remove on average about 10 degrees from the temperature. So on an 85-degree day, getting the air down to 75, very pleasant inside for the hogs. Many people may not know, but a pig cannot sweat, so controlling the temperature and keeping it cool leads to a happy life. There's some who want to turn pigs outside, but I would consider it abusive on a hot day to turn them loose and leave them where they can't sweat and where they're overheated and where all they can do is pant and hope for cooler weather. And in here, they're in hog heaven. It's hard to beat.